our directors of programs, the Honorable Lumvula Mukonyane, our minister, the Honorable Mashatile, the Treasurer General of the ANC, Your Excellency, our Deputy President Mabuza, the stepmother of our chief mourners, Madam Grasha Machel, Your Excellency, Ambassador Zanani Mandela, Zamini, Your Excellency, Ambassador Zinzi Mandela Songane, Inkosi Manda Mandela, Zolvelil, and all members of the Tembu royal family who are mourners with other members of the Mandela family, and also members of the family of our sister and heroine, our honorable members of cabinet, and our honorable chief whip, chief justice, the Honorable Moheng, our honorable ministers and their spouses, our reverend fathers who led us in devotions, our Reverend Mahano, who is also the chaplain of the African National Congress, and also Bishop Rivers, and other bishops present, and other men of the cloth who are present, leaders of other political parties. I saw Mr. Shivambo, the Deputy Commander-in-Chief of EFF, and other leaders present, Their Excellencies, Ambassadors and High Commissioners, members of our departments, in all departments. Fellow South Africans, a very big tree has fallen, and our nation mourns. In the days since her passing, the Honorable Mrs. Winnie Madikizela Mandela has been honored with many fine tributes right across the world. She has been remembered as the mother of our nation. Incidentally, my late cousin, Bishop Bumlwana, my late cousin, Bishop Manas, was the first person to use that title when she was the president of the Council of Churches here in Johannesburg. That she was our mother, the mother of our nation. Her personal sacrifices for our freedom have been celebrated all over, and her courage has been applauded. Words have been spoken of her resilience, of her determination, and of her strength. What can I add? I can only speak of the woman that I knew, the woman who welcomed me into her home in Vilakazi Street, here in Orlando, when I visited her husband throughout the night. Even then, she was more than Madiba's wife. She was a passionate and lively ambassador for justice. She spoke with candor, and it was evident that beneath her words lay cold spring of action. Despite her youth and beauty, she was prepared to walk a path of collision with injustice. I admired her tremendously from the very word I met her. But I'm also grieved for that path of collision secured for her years of persecution, detention, surveillance, torture, beatings, and banishment. It is impossible to comprehend the degree of anxiety that was her constant companion. With everything that she suffered.
Comrades. Hello. Salan Pansi.
He is the guest of the family, and they are friendly, not me, but the family.
Hey, our comrades, Lapo, Salan Pans. Marshals, can you help us there? Those comrades there. Ninangama t-shirts are white. Sit down.
With everything that she suffered for freedom, her greatest loss was surely simple, and that was just that of not being a mother to her children. She met Madiba while he was on trial for high treason and married him while he was under a banning order. While she could not have foreseen his 27 years in prison, she undoubtedly knew that they would suffer periods of separation. What she did not know is that her children would forfeit both their parents. In other words, that her children would be orphaned while both of them were alive. In this time, fellow mourners of national mourning, my thoughts are with Zanani and Zindiso. They were babies when their father was imprisoned. And in his absence, they watched their mother's endless persecution. Often for months on end, she was taken away from them and held in detention. For more than a year, she remained in solitary confinement while her daughters longed for her presence. Now, fellow mourners, I have no better way of describing their pain, of the pain of these two children, than with the words of Zindiso herself. Zindiso wrote, "A tree was chopped down and the fruit was scattered. I cried because I had lost a family. The trunk, my father, the branches, he supports so much. The fruit, the wife and children, who meant so much to him, tasty, loving as they should be, all on the ground, and roots, happiness cut off from him." Unquote. I couldn't express it better than Zindiso herself expressed it. Now, fellow mourners, when we consider the extreme suffering of this family and how the girls were deprived of their parents, it is remarkable to see the women that they've become. It is a tribute to Mrs. Winnie Madikizela Mandela that her daughters, in spite of all that, rose. How easily they could have sunk in the mire of sadness. How easily they could have drowned in their tears. Yet that tenacity of spirit that lived in their mother made a home also in her daughters as well. They are so like her in courage and resilience. And like their mother, Her Excellency, Princess Zanani Mandela Dlamini, and Her Excellency Zindiso Mandela Shongwane, They are serving their country. They are serving all of us. Just as Mom Madikizela Mandela was an ambassador of freedom, her daughters are ambassadors of a liberated South Africa. And I think it is fitting, and we are proud. In her book, 491 Days, Mrs. Winnie Madikizela Mandela wrote about her daughters, and I quote her, "Looking back as a parent, you feel you do not deserve this forgiveness because you cannot explain yourself to the children, and you fear that they would never understand. We are lucky that they understand so much anyway," unquote. When we call Mama Madikizela Mandela the mother of a nation, we acknowledge that we all who live in a liberated South Africa are her children. How much do we understand, I ask? How much have we offered forgiveness, as Zotto mentioned just now? And I ask these difficult questions because of the enmity that still lives in the hearts of many. Mama Madikizela Mandela was carved by injustice. No one could have escaped being shaped by such an experience. Looking back now on a lifetime, some have brazenly asked, was she a sinner or was she a saint? Let me give an answer. I believe as much as Madiba believed, because both of us believed in this code, I believe as Madiba did, that a saint is not someone who has never sinned. A saint is merely a sinner who dies trying. Now, here in Soweto, where Mama Winnie lived, in Brantford, where she was exiled, and everywhere where she extended a hand to the poor, to the downtrodden, and the struggling. Here she'll be remembered as a saint. And I think the outpourings of love and admiration that we see all over our country after her passing says to me that to all of us, she is indeed a saint. As Zindiswa wrote, and I would like to quote her again, I need a neighbor who will live a teardrop away, who will open up when I knock late at night, unquote. For so many, Winnie Madikizela Mandela was that neighbor. They will mourn her passing, remembering the great tree under which they found shelter. Many more whom she never met will mourn, remembering how her journey inspired them to keep going in their own journey of hardship. Her friends, among whom I'm gratefully counted, will remember her lively and indomitable spirit, her candor and her commitment. We'll miss her in the time to come. But the deeper sorrow, of course, is reserved for her family. And it's for them that we express our sympathy and condolences. We pray that the Lord will bring healing and comfort to them. May you find strength in the words of admiration and gratitude that is pouring out from all corners of the world about your beloved mother. I extend my condolences to the President of the African National Congress and to the members of the African National Congress and to the members of the Women's League of the African National Congress. Yes, fellow mourners, a big tree has fallen, but its fruit is not scattered. We are planted together, and together we will grow. This will be her legacy. Sithi Mntaka Madikizela alale ngoxolo. I'm requesting all the men to stand with me for the final salute I'm making to my sister, to our leader, to our icon. Ngicela amadoda sukume. Nobanda.